Good afternoon, everyone. Kindall Tyson here, the owner of Aspire Counseling and Wellness Center and International Therapy and Consulting Practice. And if you follow me, if you follow the work that I've been so graciously blessed to do, then you know that recently I was invited to speak to the Lady Raiders at Taft High School in San Antonio. I spoke to their track team, ladies track team, and softball team. And I think it was about 60 something young ladies in there, coaches, myself. And we had such a good time. I am definitely going to post videos and things from the event today. I've been meaning to do it for the last few days, but I've just been really busy. But yeah, I'm gonna get that done so that you can join in. And so one of the things that I did for the students was I sent out a pre-survey. I wanted to better tailor what I was going to talk about to the needs and the questions and the things that they were curious about. And so they not only provided me topics of common issues that they are living with, are experiencing, they also provided me a bevy of questions that they had related to mental health, related to relationships and family, related to healthy coping, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm so excited. Let me see, how many questions did they send me? 52. They sent me 52 questions. So I'm not gonna respond to all of them. I'm gonna consolidate and see if they're along the same theme. We'll put them together, we'll combine them, and then we'll respond. And so I made a promise to them that over the next few weeks, I was going to take time to respond to the questions that they submitted, that they were curious about, and to demonstrate, one, that you're being heard, that I want to provide you accurate information, and that there are solutions to the challenges that you're experiencing. And one of the key things I want everyone to recognize that this is not a substitute for therapy. Yes, I am a therapist. I am a licensed psychotherapist. I am a clinical supervisor. I've been a professional school counselor since 2015. I've been a licensed psychotherapist since 2015. And me responding to these questions is not it's not a substitute for therapy. If you find yourself experiencing disruptions in your life, challenges with your mental health, more persistently, I am suggesting that you consult and work with a licensed psychotherapist. That can be me, but there are so many more people in the state of Texas that can provide that support as well. I know you. What's up? Y'all, this is my niece, one of them. You want to say hi? Mm-hmm. Look at the camera.
Hi.
Say hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, now go. Only two.
And Mommy's not back here.
That's okay. I'm gonna leave them right here. Okay, y'all. So this is
here.
okay. She gotta wait too. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna get to the first question, and what you doing, Naomi?
I got my photo.
And the first question is, how should I cope with anxiety? Do you know what anxiety is?
Kind of.
What do you think it is?
I think it is when you think you can't do something.
Okay, yeah. When you think you can't do something, what else?
When you get scared, but your anxiety is making you scared, but you're actually brave.
Yeah, exactly. My niece gave a great answer. Your anxiety makes you feel scared. It's in your head, right? That fear is not that the fear is intense, but it's not enough to keep you, from doing the thing that you have stated that you want to do. So how do you cope with anxiety? Well, one of the first things that you can do is to acknowledge the feeling. And sometimes it's hard to put a name. I feel XYZ. Sometimes we may not have the language required to describe the emotion or the feeling or the sensation that we have. So we describe, how are we being impacted somatically. I have butterflies in my stomach. My chest is tight. My body's hot. My hands are clammy. My neck is tight. My muscles are tight. I got a headache, or I feel fidgety. There are so many descriptors that people can utilize when they may not necessarily know that they're feeling anxious. And then knowing these descriptors can be a pathway to identifying what are some of the healthy self-regulation strategies that you can utilize to help regulate your nervous system in the moment. And so acknowledging that you feel anxious, right? And then accepting that you feel anxious. So instead of avoiding the anxiety, or trying to at least, it is leaning into it. It is being okay with, okay, I'm feeling anxious. I notice that I feel. That's what I use all the time. I notice that I feel anxious. And what I also try to get clients to do is, okay, so you feel anxious. What does that mean for you? Describe how that's presenting for you. What does the anxiety mean for you in this moment? How's it showing up? To get them to be a bit more descriptive, a bit more specific, so then we can identify, okay, well, maybe we can try this. So yes, acknowledging, accepting, stop it. And then let's do something about it. Let's identify, maybe you know the thing that triggered your anxiety. You don't have to know the what to know, you don't have to know the what triggered it in order to take action. And I know that sometimes we get caught up in, I just need to know, I need to know. Well, do you need to know, or do you want to know, right? Is that control popping up for you? Or do you know right now that you're feeling the way that you're feeling, and that there are solutions that you can engage in to help reduce or mitigate those particular feelings? So we try to identify, what was the trigger? What was the precipitating events, person, place, or thing that triggered that response in your body, and how do we accept it? How do we welcome it, right? Because all emotions are valid. So like my shirt says, you can buy this. I welcome all of my emotions with curiosity and compassion. Being understanding about the things you're feeling, being nurturing towards yourself, and then identifying what can be the regulation skill that you want to engage in. And we have so many. One of the key things also is caring for yourself in a non-judgmental way. So being mindful of what you're noticing, being mindful of how you respond to yourself, maybe connecting with someone, maybe that is challenging the negative thoughts that you're having, and maybe that could be engaging in some regulation that's going to help you to feel a lot more calm and present. So you can do grounding. One of my favorite exercises is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. You can do some deep breathing. You can do some journaling. I love to do somatic shaking. Yes, baby.
I like that.
I love to do somatic shaking. I'll send a video to you all of us doing some somatic shaking to get all the energy out of our bodies and feel a bit more at peace and safe in our bodies. So those are just some key things that you can do, and those are some ways that you can help cope with anxiety. The key is to not avoid. When you avoid anxiety, it gives you a temporary feeling of relief, but that, again, feeling is temporary, and it's going to pop up again. And that feeling is going to intensify over time, where our abilities to manage and cope, where we don't grow in the skill to do it until we begin to recognize it. The fear in our head is a lot bigger and more intense than the actuality of the situation. So I feel like I gave a really long answer of how to cope with anxiety. Admitting it first, acknowledging, accepting it, and then taking action, right? My AAA strategy. AAA strategy. And then identify what are some healthy coping skills? What are my favorite things to do? It's the holidays, so I'm sure people are going to be anxious a lot. So what are some things that you can do during the holidays that are going to help you soothe? Take a break, go take a walk. I took a 2.5-mile walk this morning. My nieces just came back from riding their bikes to the park. I like to read. I want you to think about what can you add to your coping skills toolbox that's going to help you manage your anxiety, which is a healthy emotion. Everybody has it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? So follow us on Instagram at aspire_counselingwell. Follow us here on YouTube as well. Send in any questions that you may have, any constructive comments, and stay tuned for the next Q&A response with Kindall. where I am responding to the questions from the Lady Raiders track and softball team. So yeah, we'll see you soon.